morning, students. So this is one of the chemistry chapter, and this is the third chapter in your textbook, that is atoms and molecules. Okay, so atom is not a special word for you, even the molecule is not a special word. You people have already studied it in the 8th standard also. So this is just an introduction of this chapter. Okay, so we'll go on through the definition of the atom as well as the definition of the molecule. So now, first of all, if I go to tell what is atom, so atom is nothing but it is the smallest particle of an element. Okay, what is atom? It is a smallest particle of an element. If you go through some of the examples for atom, whatever the atom we usually prefer, that is carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, these are some of the examples of atom. Okay, I repeat, what is atom? Atom is a smallest particle of an element, and some of the examples for atom are carbon, oxygen as well as hydrogen. So here, what is molecule? This is something regarding the atom. And what is molecule? Molecule is nothing but group of atom. What is the particular term, whatever we have told, that is about the atom? When the atom is grouped together, that particular term is called as molecule. Okay, so molecule means a group of atoms combined to form a molecule. Okay, so what is molecule? Group of atoms combined to form a molecule. For example, H2O. What is H2O? As you people already know, H2O is nothing but water. It is a water molecule, wherein to form a water, we require two different elements here, that is hydrogen as well as oxygen. So when you combine these two elements, you will get a molecule, that is water molecule. Okay, similarly CO2, that is carbon as well as oxygen. Carbon as well as oxygen has to combine to form CO2. What is a CO2? CO2 is carbon dioxide. Okay, so for the formation of carbon dioxide, you require again two elements, that is carbon as well as oxygen. Next, coming to HCl. What is HCl? H is for hydrogen and Cl is for chlorine. So this is an acid, that is hydrochloric acid. So for the formation of hydrochloric acid, again you require two different elements, that is hydrogen and chlorine. So these are some of the introduction concept of atoms and molecules. So the next one is law of chemical combination. Okay, so this law of chemical combination includes two different laws. That is, first law is law of conservation of mass as well as law of constant proportion, wherein these two laws are very important. Either from two, any one will be asked for 1 mark. Okay, so just concentrate on it. So first law of conservation of a mass states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. So this is very familiar law for you. So any substance mass, we cannot create that mass. Okay, similarly we cannot destroy that mass also. So particularly this law of conservation of mass states mass can neither be created, neither we can create the mass nor we can destroy the mass. Okay, so that is nothing but law of conservation of mass. Next one is law of constant proportion. So law of constant proportion states elements are always present in a definite proportion. So I repeat, elements are always present in a definite proportion. Elements includes what? Carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, all these includes the word elements, right? So now elements are always present in the definite proportion. Actually, for the preparation of carbon or for the preparation of hydrogen or for the preparation of oxygen, for all these particular number of atoms are included. Okay, for example, consider for the carbon, if you require C, or for the carbon you require 6 atoms, or for the nitrogen if you require 7 atoms. So if carbon requires 6 atoms, means that is a fixed proportion. You cannot add 7 for that. If you add 7, it doesn't become carbon, it becomes something else. Okay, so it means what? You have a definite fixed ratio, fixed proportion. Okay, so that is called law of constant proportion. I repeat, elements are always present in definite proportion. That means that is a law of constant proportion. Basically these two laws evolved from this particular law, that is law of chemical combination. I repeat again, law of chemical combination includes two different laws, that is law of conservation of mass as well as law of constant proportion. So next we move on to atomic theory, which was given by John Dalton. Okay, John Dalton is a name of a chemist where he born in the year 1766 in England. Okay, so this might be asked for 1 mark. So remember his name and the birth year and the place which he born. Okay, the name of a chemist is John Dalton, and he born in the year 1766 in England. Okay, so he put forth a theory, that is atomic theory. So this is called as Dalton's atomic theory, and these four are few of the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory, which is very, very important question. Okay, so the first postulate of Dalton's atomic theory says all matter is made up of tiny particle called atom. Okay, I repeat, all matter. Matter means what? What is matter? Matter is a substance which occupies space and has mass. In the previous chapter I told you about the matter, right? So all these matter made up of a tiny particle. Tiny means a small particle called as atom. Okay, this is the first postulate. And the second postulate says atoms are indivisible particles. So I repeat, atoms are indivisible particle. What do you mean by indivisible? Indivisible means you cannot break that. If one atom is there, you cannot break that and form two different. Okay, so it cannot be divided. One atom cannot be divided. So it is called as indivisible particle. I repeat, second postulate say atoms are indivisible particles. And the third postulate says atoms are identical in mass and chemical properties. That is, atoms are identical. Identical means what? It is very similar to each other. This atom is very similar to the other atom. Okay, it looks the same. Identical means it looks same and its properties are also same. If this atom's weight is for 2 grams, this atom's weight is also for 2 grams. Okay, whether mass is same and it looks same also. Okay, that is called as identical in mass and also in chemical properties. What do you mean by chemical properties? Either it's boiling point, either it's melting point, all those points or all those properties will be same in these atoms. So atoms are identical in mass and chemical properties. And the last point say atoms combined together to form compound. Okay, so atoms combine together. To form one compound, several atoms has to combine together. Okay, so group of atoms combine to form one compound. Okay, tumba atoms join adre enagudu ಒಂದು compound agudu. So atoms combine to form a compound. So these are the 4 postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. So the next topic is atomic mass unit. Okay, so this is a definition of atomic mass unit. Mass of 1/12th atom of element carbon 12. This is a definition of atomic mass unit. That is, mass of 1/12th atom of element C12. Here this is C, no? This C indicates the element name carbon. Okay, this C indicates carbon. And what is this 12? 12 is a atomic mass number of carbon. Atomic number of carbon is 6 and twice of 6 is 12. Okay, so atomic mass number of carbon is 12. And why the carbon only element has to be taken here? Why? Because carbon is one of the strongest element. Okay, carbon is one of the strongest element, so its name as well as its atomic number is taken as the ratio in the atomic mass unit. Understood? So now mass of 1/12 means 1/12 means it is a atomic mass number of carbon. Okay, 12 is a atomic mass number of carbon. So 1/12 is a ratio of carbon element. Okay, so atomic mass unit is mass of 1/12th atom of element carbon 12. So next is ion. What is ion? So ion is a charged particle present in an atom. Okay, so what is ion? Ion is a charged particle present in an atom. Okay, so now charged particle means what? There are 2 different charges in an atom. One is a positive charge and one more is a negative charge. Okay, so the positive charge, that is a plus sign. Plus sign is a positive charge and that positive charge is named as cation. So this ion consists of two different charge. One is positive and the other one is negative. So the positive charged ion, that is plus charged ion, is called as cation, and the minus charge, that is negatively charged ion, is called as anion. Okay, so I repeat, what is ion? Ion is a charged particle present in an atom. So in the charged particle, in the sense there is two different charges. One is positive charge, another one is a negative charge. So positive charged ions are called as cation, and the negatively charged ions are called as anion. So the next one is polyatomic ion. Okay, what is polyatomic ion? If atomicity of element is more than 4, then it is polyatomic ion. So atomicity means what? It is the capacity of an atom. Okay, capacity of an atom is called as atomicity. Now the atomicity of element is more than 4, then it comes under the group of polyatomic. Always remember, poly means it indicates the number 4. If atomicity is more than 4, it comes under polyatomic ion. So these are the concepts of atomic mass unit, ion, as well as polyatomic ion. Last concept of the chapter, that is mole. Okay, so this is a new word for you, so listen properly. Mole means it is a total number of atoms present in an element. I repeat, mole means total number of atoms present in an element, that is called as mole. Now elements means what I told: carbon, hydrogen, chlorine, sodium. These are the examples of elements. Now along with the elements, whatever the numbers are there, those are the moles of that particular element. Now let us see C2. C means carbon, and along with the C there is a number 2, right? So this number 2 is a mole of carbon. Okay, similarly this is hydrogen. Along with hydrogen there is number 2. This 2 is a mole of hydrogen. Cl. Cl means chlorine. So along with the chlorine there is a number 4. That 4 is a mole of this Cl. Next, Na. Na means sodium. So along with the sodium there is a number 2. That 2 is a mole of sodium. So this is how you know what is mole. So mole is nothing but total number of atoms present in an element. Okay, so now there is a value given, that is 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. This is how you read this number. I repeat, 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So the value of 1 mole is this much, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, and this number is specially called as Avogadro's number. I repeat, this number is specially called as Avogadro's number, wherein Avogadro is the name of a scientist. He has found out the value of 1 mole. So in remembering of his name and his work, this number is called as Avogadro's number, wherein this is very important for the fill in the blanks and all. That is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 is called as Avogadro's number. So here ends the chapter atoms and molecules. Next we are going to learn, this is a calculation part, how to calculate the molar masses of the element. Okay, sorry, the compound. Calculating the molar mass of the compound. And whatever you can see here, these are the atomic masses of the element. That is, for hydrogen it is 1, carbon it is 12, nitrogen it is 14, oxygen 16, chlorine, Cl means chlorine, that is 35.5, sodium, that is Na, that is 23. Okay, so this one you need to know the atomic masses of the elements. And now we shall find out the molar mass of H2O. H2O means what? It is water. Okay, so now here H2O, H means what? Hydrogen. Hydrogen's atomic mass number is how much? 1, right? So 1 into how many hydrogens are there along with H? How many numbers are there? That is 2. Multiply by 2 plus oxygen. What is the atomic mass number of oxygen? That is 16. 16 into how many oxygen are there? Is there any number with oxygen? No, there is no any number. So you have to consider it as 1. Multiply by 1. Now 1 2s are 2 plus 16 1s are 16. So when you add it, you will get the answer as 16 plus 2 will be 18. This is represented as gram. So 18 gram is nothing but molar mass of the compound water, that is H2O. Now coming to the CO2. CO2 means what? Carbon and oxygen. That is combination of carbon and oxygen give you carbon dioxide. This is CO2 is carbon dioxide. Now carbon. Carbon's atomic mass number is how much? 12, right? So 12 into how many carbon are there over here? There is no number along with the C. So put it as 1 plus oxygen. Oxygen's atomic mass number is 16 into how many oxygen is there here? That is 2. Okay. So now 12 ones are 12 plus 16 twos are 32. Right. So when you add it, you will get 44 gram. So this 44 gram is nothing but molar mass of carbon dioxide. So this is a molar mass of water and that is a molar mass of carbon dioxide.